Hey y'all. So, forgive the way I look. We are having a bad hair month, I guess. Anyway, my mom just called. I'm trying not to make this video too long. My mama just called me and was like, "Hey, happy birthday." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then she was like, "Oh, it's your kidney birthday." Totally slipped my mind that today was the 9th, and it makes 4 years that I've had my kidney. Let me give y'all the backstory on that. So, boom, let me give y'all the backstory. So, I was diagnosed with lupus at the age of 16. How I figured out I had lupus. So, I'm trying not to make this too long, y'all. So, I was working at Rally's, so I never forget. And it was the wintertime. And I kept complaining to my mom about my fingers and my toes, like being so cold that they would go numb. Like literally numb. They would turn blue. I couldn't feel them anymore. And my mom just thought, oh, you just need to layer up. I was working a window at work, right? So she was like, oh, you just need to layer up, put some extra gloves on, extra socks, whatever. I did that. It still wasn't working. So I kept complaining. And she took me to the doctor and we found out I had lupus. Hold on. And to be completely honest with you, from that point on, it was hell. It was hell. While I should have been doing kid things, I was in high school. I was spending my weekends at the hospital getting a type of chemotherapy or radiation to try to get my lupus under control. My lupus was bad. It was horrible. Yeah, I done been through more than you could probably think of. The hospital was literally my second home. I've had countless surgeries. I've had 2 hip replacements. I've had my thyroids removed. I've had, oh my God, yeah, like I can't even tell y'all the amount of surgeries I've had. I've had doctors literally tell me to my face, hey, you knocking on heaven's door, ain't you? Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. I went on dialysis. I stayed on dialysis for 3 years. I got my first kidney transplant. That lasted for 2 years and it rejected, and I went back on dialysis again. Like, I've been through hell. And to be completely honest with you guys, a lot of that surgery was due to the medication that I was taking, prednisone, that was causing like deterioration of my bones and then just other, side effects. So, excuse the noise, I'm outside. But I went through hell, y'all. And then I got my second transplant in 2019, May 9th, 2019, today, 4 years ago. Like, I still can't believe it. And let me tell you, like, how good God is. So let me go back to the first kidney that I had, and it stopped working after 2 years. They always tell you, if you know anything about transplant, that it's best to leave the transplanted kidney or whatever the organ is inside versus taking it out. It could be more risky to take it out. That particular year that it rejected, I continued to be sick. I was sick that entire year and was in the hospital every single month except for like 2 months out of that year. I kept telling them I was sick. I didn't feel good. I was running fevers. They kept telling me I had UTI, send me home. They finally did a kidney biopsy, and my doctor literally called me and was like, we got to do surgery right now. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, the kidney that's inside of you is bad. Like, it's literally like rotting inside of me, literally. So when I got this news, I was super, super, nervous, scared, whatever the case may be. But I was at a hospital that did not specialize in kidney transplants. So I asked to be transferred to a different hospital where I got the kidney. I got there and the original plan was to just put me on some medications, monitor me, and then think about seeing if the transplant needed to be removed later on down the line, like a couple of months later. After they ran their own separate tests, they came to the conclusion that the surgery could not wait, and I was literally in the OR by like 6 that morning. Nobody was even with me. Like, my mom and sister and everybody had went home, and I'm calling them like, they about to do surgery. Nobody's here. I'm freaking out. I'm by myself. Like, it's crazy. So doctor come in and he tells me like, this is a risky surgery, but we have to take it out. We have to take it out. Surgery happens, y'all. And long story short, that doctor told me that when he got in there, my kidney was so bad that it was unrecognizable. He didn't even know that it was my kidney at first. He said it smelled so bad that it stunk up the whole operating room. He said I literally had days before my kidney would have burst and I would have been septic and I would have died. Oh, and let me add this too. That doctor that did that surgery, he was a very experienced surgeon. He said out of his 20 years of doing surgeries and kidney transplants and things like that, he has never seen a kidney that looked like mine, ever. He said he has never seen a kidney that looked so bad out of his whole career. Never seen it. He even said that even when they was looking at my labs, because they looked at my labs, I was in a regular room. When I got there, they did my labs. They moved me to ICU. They was like, are you sure you okay? He was like, even just looking at your lab work, I don't understand how you up, walking, talking, and doing everything that you doing, looking at these labs. Like, they literally was like, you are a miracle. They told me that to my face. Talk about God. When I say he favors me, I really mean it. And I did go back on dialysis for 3 years after the kidney was removed. Definitely not a happy time, whatever the case may be. But I received my transplant 4 years ago today, and I have been doing amazing. My kidney has been doing amazing. My lab results have been amazing every time I go get my labs done. And I am just so grateful. I'm just so grateful that God favored me. And I guess I just wanted to encourage somebody else. Don't quit, like, I'm trying not to cry. Hold on. But just keep going. I just want to encourage somebody to keep going. Don't give up. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. And it don't even have to be in a medical sense, right? But to my people who just literally holding on by a thread, you holding on by a limb, like you feel like you ain't got no more fight in you. Keep going. Keep going. You can do it. I promise you can do it. You can do it. There is greater. There is greater for you. There is greater for you. God said, look to the hills from which come my health. From all my health come from the Lord. And I need you to trust that, and I need you to believe that things are working in your favor. It's going to be all right. I promise it's going to be all right. But I love y'all, and I really hope that my story just encourages somebody or just gives somebody else that push to just keep going. No matter what the situation look like, keep going. You got this. You will win. The victory is yours. I promise you. I promise you. The video cut off, y'all. I guess I'm talking too much, but you got to say it, you got to think it, and then you got to believe it, right? Even if you don't feel it, and your body is just aching in pain and you don't see it out, right? You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, whatever the case may be, I need you to still say it. And when you say it, I need you to believe it. I need you to feel it. Feel the victory, feel the win, And I promise you, your time coming. You up. It's your time. You up next. I promise you, you up next. Have a good day, y'all. Be blessed.